Finalmente ho ottenuto il mio passaporto italiano. This has been a long journey that literally started over 100 years ago about how I finally got this Italian passport in my hands right now, but I'm ready to tell it and want to share my experience. So to start at the very beginning, my great-grandfather Silvio came here all the way from northern Italy. He lived in a little city called Vigo, up between the border of Piedmont and Liguria. And he arrived here in San Francisco in the Bay Area in around 1921. He was on a boat called the Dante Alighieri that arrived in 1920 in Ellis Island when he was only 17 years old. Once I went to college, I lived in an Italian residence hall. I learned more about the culture, and I eventually just started taking Italian language classes for fun. I finally have the passport in my hands, and reflecting on the journey, it was kind of serendipitous because I studied abroad in Italy. I had learned the language more, I made Italian friends, I fell in love there with an Italian girl, and just over time, these pieces just kind of fell into place. So eventually I said, what the heck? I should actually get this Italian passport in my hands and really have that opportunity and have that tangible, real recognition from this other country that I hadn't gone to until I was 20 years old that says you are one of us. You can come here, live here, work here, and we recognize you. So that was a big accomplishment. So I had gone to the Italian consulate in San Francisco in October. I brought all of my documents, double the photos, double every single signed thing I needed to bring, made sure that there was no way I was walking out there without a confirmation that I'd be getting this passport. I even brought a pre-addressed envelope there that they would send the passport to me in the mail. But once I went through everything, talked to the lady behind the counter, did my very best to understand what she was saying in Italian and trying to be respectful and respond back to her in the language, I signed everything off, and then she just asked me, "Oh, do you have 30 more minutes?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." And she's like, "Well, just wait here and we'll have the passport for you in about 30 minutes. And I was shocked. I really thought the turnaround time would be 2-3 weeks and then they'd send it to me in the mail. But literally at that moment, I walked out of there with this in my hands and just had this overwhelming sense of excitement and accomplishment and quite honestly gratitude, because this is just not something that's possible without my family having put in the time and effort to organize all these documents, to get me my citizenship over a decade ago, and for my great-grandfather having come here and stayed an Italian citizen, of having not given up his citizenship, which allowed me to have this opportunity. So hopefully I can keep making videos in the future about connecting with my Italian culture, with the country, other cultures, learn other languages. I've truly been in an incredible path over the last couple of years, learning a lot more about just what the human experience is all about. So hopefully you'll join me and we can go through this together. And as for what happens next, well, I guess we'll find out.